Welcome to another episode of Chatting with Staxx. I'm your host, Bill Staxx, and today got Anthony Luciano Raimondi. I have to wait for him to come back in. He's having technical difficulties. But what's good, everybody? How you guys doing today? Anthony Luciano Raimondi. What's up, man?
Not too much. What are you doing, Bill?
How you doing?
I'm a little tired, but otherwise not too bad.
How was your Thanksgiving, man?
Good. How was yours?
It was pretty good.
As long as you have a good Thanksgiving, that's what counts.
Yeah, man. My daughter came by. We had a good Thanksgiving. We had a good time. It was really good.
Good. As long as you enjoy it.
It was good. Yankees for life.
So, what's the chat on the internet these days?
Why? You're not on there a lot, right?
On what? I don't even bother with that. I just listen to it if somebody tells me that they heard some, stupid people say things about me that ain't even true. But otherwise, I don't follow it. So, what'd you hear?
I haven't heard nothing, man. I don't pay attention to any of that stuff
You
either.
heard, you just don't want to tell me what you
Man, I don't pay attention to nothing, man. All this drama going on. I don't let it affect me, man. I got taking care of my mom. She had cataract surgery today, so
I hope she's all right with that. She should be good with that.
Yeah.
Did both eyes or one?
She got one done like a month ago, and she just got the other one done this morning. So she's just resting now,
Good.
Things went good though, man.
Huh?
Things went good. And thank you, William. Thank you, bro. Hey, what story you got for me today, man?
Well, long time ago, back in the 80s when I was away, I used to hear about a guy named Sam Scafiddi. And Sam Scafiddi, I remember my father used to tell me this guy Sam Scafiddi was a friend of his. I said, well, I never met him. I never met Sam.
Thank you, bro.
But Sam was like my father. He worked for the National Commission. Very few guys only worked. They were shooters for the National Commission. And who said Sam lived up in New England area, Boston? Who said he was in Chicago? Who said he came from Midwest? Who said he came from Atlanta? But I know he had a place in the in New England area, and he had a place down in Chicago. So anyway, I get arrested and I go away, and I used to hear stories about this guy. And my father used to tell me because my father knew him. So one year they shipped me out to Springfield, Missouri. I'm in Springfield, Missouri. And, it was a federal medical facility. So I had a medical problem, so they had to ship me out there. So I'm over there. I know nobody in the place, don't even know who's in there yet. Go to R&D, because they bring us in off the prison plane. And the guy goes to me, he says, come here. He says, stand over here. He goes, where's all your stuff? I says, here. I go, just stand here for a little while. Everybody's coming in, they're strip searching them. You got to bend over, spread your cheeks, lift up your ball sack.
That's the most humiliating part, man.
Huh?
That's the most humiliating part about being locked up.
Then they're going through all their stuff. Meanwhile, I'm standing there next to the hack, next to the guard. So the guy says, I go, no, he's here to get you. I says, who? He goes, Sam. Look at him. The fuck do I know who Sam is? Door opens up. This guy, he had to be, I would say back then he was in his 60s. Late. You talk about this is like 1984. 1984 going, 1984. Because I got there late. I got there late in the year. I got there in, it was November 1984. I got to Springfield, Missouri. This little old guy comes up to me. He looks like he'll be your grandfather. He goes, hey, you're Anthony. I said, yeah. He goes, you're Frankie Ray's son. And he says, yeah. He goes, I'm Sam Scafiddi. I looked at this guy. I says to myself, you got to be fucking kidding me. The guy was about maybe 5'7". maybe 5'8". He had to weigh maybe 150 pounds, 160 pounds. I'm looking at this guy and we're walking and we're talking. I'm saying to myself, how did this motherfucker kill anybody? Sam was under suspicion, or as they would call, like when somebody would get whacked, they have all the suspects for over 35 killings in organized crime. And I'm looking at this guy. I think you gotta be fucking kidding me. Let me tell you, this guy had more fucking hits under his fucking belt. He used to do a hit. He used to tell me. He told me the story, and my father told me. My father told me years before I met Sam. Sam had
Shout out to Wise Guy TV. Sorry, man. Shout out to Wise Guy TV.
Sam had a habit that when you got a piece of work to do, he would check you out. If you had a car like in your driveway or you went to your car, he'd put a block underneath the tire with nails. That when you backed up or went forward, you punctured it, you got a flat tire. So when you would get out of the car and you bend over to see what goes on, this guy used to come out of the bushes and shoot you right in the back of the head.
Yeah, that's what Larry Mazza said that he did that for Scarpa. He flattened someone's tire and then Scarpa shot him.
I don't know about that.
That's what he said.
I don't know. I'm going by Sam Scafiddi. I'm going back by in the 80s. Larry Mazza wasn't even around us back then. All right.
Yeah, so it's anyway, a separate situation. Just similar situation,
So Sam was a professional. There was a guy that he wanted to get. And the guy was up in Connecticut. The guy was up in Connecticut. And the guy used to park his car on the driveway, But he had, he had like sensors. So if anybody wants to go on there, the sensors will go off, the alarm will go off. But in front of the guy's house, there was a tree. One of these big, like, I don't know if you want to call it a maple tree, oak tree, or one of these trees.
Probably an oak tree. Connecticut's full of oak trees, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, well, it wasn't. I don't know what the freaking tree was, but the tree was like right in line, like almost with the guy's driveway. Like it was on the side of the guy's driveway.
Mm-hmm.
They were telling me the story that Sam got himself. It was a 45 automatic with silencer. Okay, goes up in the tree, and he's looking, trying to see through the bushes, not through the branches of the tree, to get a beeline on this guy's car. And he couldn't get nothing. So it took him 3 days. He made like a little space that he could see straight where the guy's car was, and he could aim a gun. Now I'm just listening to the story. P.S. The guy comes out one morning. Sam's there with the gun. Aims the 45 with the silencer. Shoots off 2 rounds. Catches the guy right in the fucking back. Upper back and in his head. But here's the catch. The silencer didn't work. You heard the gun go off. You heard the big bang of the gun. He's up in the fucking tree. Meanwhile, people are screaming. Now he's up in the fucking tree with a hot pistol in his fucking hand. Put 2 bullets in this guy's back. Killed the guy. The silencer never worked. Story was that he stood up in the tree, strapped himself into the tree until about 11 o'clock that night. We're talking about from like about 8 o'clock in the morning. Cops were there. Agents taking pictures. This and he's hiding up in the fucking tree with a fucking gun on him, this guy.
And they didn't know the whole time while they're doing the investigation that he's up in the tree?
No. I had no idea he was because the whole tree, the way the tree was all done, it was like it was beautiful the way it was. He was up in the tree. He just moved up higher. Couldn't see him because the trees were full. It was in the springtime when he clipped this guy. So I'm saying, that's fucking bullshit. That's fucking, I don't believe him. I don't believe him.
That's crazy, man.
Whatever. So he turns around. I says to him, Sam, I says, you tell me, I said, Sam, Rich really, how you really, he goes, yeah. He goes, Anthony, I was in that tree from about 7:30 in the morning when I first got there. I popped this guy at 8 o'clock. The silencer didn't work. He actually heard the sound of the gun going off. People were screaming because I couldn't come out of the tree. He goes, it was about 11 o'clock when I got out of that tree that night. I said, come on, Sam. I know. Now, I said, come on, Sam. Seriously? He says, you don't believe me? He says, ask your father. Let's ask my father. Let's just ask your father. So I'm talking with my old man on the phone. I'm coming up for a visit to see you. It's okay, cool. He flies into Springfield, Missouri, him, a couple of other people. They come pay me a visit. I say, Pop, what are you doing? Blah, blah, blah. We're talking. I say, Pop, Sam told me a story. He goes, yeah, what did he tell you? I said, about he was up in a tree. He goes, oh, you mean when the silencer didn't work? And I look, I said, what? He goes, yeah, the silencer didn't work. He told me. My father told me the exact fucking story. I said, you got to be fucking kidding me. I said, how do you know about this? He goes, who the fuck you think drove him out there? He goes, I was his partner on the hit. If Sam couldn't kill him, I was going to kill him. He goes, when I seen that, he goes, I had to take off. Sam knew I was going to come back, and my father was dumped the guns and everything that he had in the car with him. And every now and then he was passing around until finally 11 o'clock at night. Sam came out of the fucking tree. I said, my father said, I was the guy who was driving him. By then I found out my father and Sam did a lot of work together. And Sam, like I said, I was about 30. Let me tell you how old I was. I was 83, 84. I was 31 years old when I met Sam. Sam had to already be about.
Where was he from? Connecticut, you said?
Sam had to be about 68, 67. He had a place in Connecticut. No, he whacked the guy in Connecticut, but they said, who said he lived in New England? Then they said he had a place in Chicago. Then they said Illinois. Then they said down in Atlanta. Nobody could ever get a real thing, but he did own a piece of property in Chicago, and he had a piece of property up in New England, like around the Boston, Mass area. He had a piece of property around there. I used to go back and forth. But all this guy did.
What's up, OC?
Huh?
No, I said, what's up to OC, man? I'm just going through the comments as you're talking.
Oh, he had guys who worked for him with Shylock and numbers. He had a lot of pull, but he was like my father. He only did work for the commission, did work for them. But if you looked at him, you thought he was somebody's grandfather. You wouldn't think
he said, I think you're going out on a limb talking about that tree hit, man.
That was many, many years ago. That was what Sam told me.
You don't get it. He said it sounds like you're going out on a limb with that one, man.
Hey, listen, I don't care what anybody says. I know the story.
You don't get it, man, huh?
Yeah, I get it.
Going on a limb.
Me, I don't care. The story's true. Let them look up in Connecticut what happened. I don't give a damn what way everybody thinks.
The tree hit.
Well, then there was a friend of mine, Billy Udaris. He was a Greek guy. Ran out of New England. He was all with the Greek wise guys and everything. Billy I knew for years. Guy was unbelievable. He had numbers, horses, sports action, gambling, you name it, he had it. Billy got pinched. And he came and they sent him into Springfield, Missouri because he had emphysema or a slight case of emphysema. And when I was there with him, I seen him. And the guy was unbelievable. The guy was unbelievable. Physically fit every day in the gym, working out, lifting weights. Billy was like in his mid-40s at the time. And one day, he goes to get goes for the physical. He had to do blood work and everything in the hospital. They do the physical on him. Comes back, how you doing? All right, we're talking. About 4, 5, 6 days later, I don't feel so good. So what's the matter, Billy? I don't know. My whole body feels like fucking weird. I just don't feel right. I just go to sick call, see what happens. Goes to sick call, and I see he doesn't come back. So I asked Tony Savella. Tony Savella was there. He was one of the bosses up there in Kansas City. He was there. The son, Tony, was there.
Yeah, I did an interview. I did an interview with someone who had associations with him. That sound's coming back, man. The crackly sound.
Oh, there's nothing I can do because I ain't got no computers or anything on, brother.
Do you have your phone plugged in?
Yeah. Do you want me to unplug it?
While you talk, I'm going to mute my mic. Maybe that'll stop it.
I don't know. I don't know if you can hear it. Can you go away? I don't hear it.
No.
Let me
the people hear it.
On my phone. Hold on. Let me do what happens. I pull the plug out on it. Or about now.
Yeah, I could hear a little bit. It's all right, man.
I still hear it. Wherever it is, Bill.
Yeah, it's annoying.
Anyway, getting back to what Billy Udaris. He was.
Thank you, bro. This dude says it's awesome what you're doing for the kids. I wish I would definitely I'd be helping you out, man. Thank you, William. I appreciate that. I'm doing a toy drive for the kids, Anthony.
All right.
This dude says Lee Cole hates you and he's gonna expose you tomorrow. Some guy said.
Who?
Lee Cole supposedly is gonna expose you tomorrow.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Lee Cole, I don't care what he says. I challenged Lee Cole 5 times to come to New York.
Nobody knows Mr. Pizza Face. Nobody knows that guy.
Who?
No one cares. The other guy. The other guy.
Wait.
The other guy. I don't care to talk about, man. The pizza guy. I don't.
First of all, tell the moron who was talking about Lee Cole. I challenged Lee Cole 5 times. Come to New York. Tell me to my face what he's saying. I will take him to.
Yeah, fuck all that. I don't even want to talk about him. Just keep moving on with the story, man. Fuck that dude. He's not even worth my time. You know.
Lee
Not
Cole.
worth.
I don't even hear from Lee Cole. Lee Cole.
I don't even want to hear their names, man.
Cole's a pedophile. He's a pedophile.
Man, yo, stop, Anthony. You can't do that shit, man. I told you can't do that shit, man.
Okay, all right. Lee Cole.
So the dude went on sick call, right? Fuck that dude. So the dude went on sick call, and what happened after that?
He went on sick call, and I didn't see him that day on the compound. So I went over to Tony Savella. I said, Tony, you got somebody up there sick call? He says, yeah, what's that? I says, Billy went up there. He said, but he didn't come down. I said, okay. He said, right, let me find out. So he calls the guy that works at there. He says, they admitted him. I says, for what? They got to do surgery on him. So what are you talking about? He said, they found cancer. What do you mean they found cancer? So he says, tomorrow they're going to do surgery. It's going to be in the afternoon. I said, can you get me up there? He goes, yeah, I'll get you up there to see him. I'll get you up there. What the hell's going on?
You said this guy was like 60, right? You said he was like 60?
Billy was like in his 40s.
Oh, no, that was the other guy that you were talking about.
I was Sam Scafiddi. Billy was in top shape, physical shape, worked out every day, went to the gym every day, went and got a blood test and everything he had to do, because every so often you got to check your blood and everything, and they do a physical for you up in Springfield, Missouri. This is almost, like I said, about 5-6 days later. And he said, wait a minute, do you remember I told you about 2 days after I got the physical, I wasn't feeling good? He says, yeah. And then you went, he said, they found cancer in my stomach. I said, but how, Billy? All of a sudden, cancer develops in your stomach? It's impossible. Now, let me explain something about Billy. Billy was a Greek guy. Billy was with all the Greek racketeers, all the Greek gangsters. Billy had numbers. He had a numbers business, a horse betting business, a sports betting business, another bookmaking business. He had gambling casinos. He had Shylock business. He had hijacking. You name it, Billy had his hands in everything. The government hated him. They were trying to get him for years. The only thing they got him on was when they pinched him, they got him on something with the taxes. That he failed to pay some taxes. They gave him 3 years. He went to Springfield, Missouri. The reason why they sent him to Springfield, Missouri, because he had kidney stones. So they said, being he got kidney stones, they sent him to a medical facility. But he had no cancer, no heart condition, nothing. But the government hated this guy. Seriously, they hated. He had so many rackets going on.
They hate a lot of people that are involved with organized crime that don't pay their taxes. I think that's one of the reasons why, because they don't pay their taxes. And another reason is because they do whatever they want,
So he had a trucking business and he didn't pay something that the taxes weren't paid for like 2 years on his trucking business. So instead of that, so they gave him the fine. He paid the fine, but they gave him 3 years. Oh, he wanted to do it 3 years. Under 3 years, he was going to do like 2 years and maybe, I don't know, 2 years, maybe 4 months, something like that he was going to do. Anyway, the government hated him because Billy was going all over New England. He had stuff all over New England. Jersey, he had Connecticut, Pennsylvania, he had up in Boston. He had shit going all over the place. He was a big, big earner. I mean, this guy was one of the biggest earners I ever saw. But he's with the Greek rat gangsters, but he also did business with all the Italians. So everybody was making money. So I'm talking to him. I said, how do you get cancer? I said, and I said, you just had a physical. He goes, they operated on me this afternoon. Okay.
I don't see Sonny. Sorry, man. I don't see Sonny Money, man. I don't see him. He said he keeps blocking the comments. I don't see him.
You ready?
Yeah. Go ahead.
So they operated him on him that afternoon. I go up the next day to see him because, like I said, through Tony Sabella, I had the connection go there, and he's got a colostomy bag on his side. I said, Billy, what the hell? They took out part of his intestines. I said, Billy, there was nothing wrong with you. I don't understand how you got cancer so far. I mean, you just had a physical, and then they tell you they found you got cancer so quick. Anyway, they were giving him treatment, and what it was that he was getting sicker with the treatment. So I says, there's a Billy something. I says, do me a favor. He says, here, write this down. I wrote down his lawyer's name, his wife's name, everything I had. He says, can do. I said, I'll call them for you. I got his wife on the phone because he couldn't make things from the prison. And his wife knew me. So I got his wife on the phone. I told her what was going on. Got his lawyer. His lawyers were there in 3 days. 3 days with a court order to take him out and take him to a private facility, and they paid for the guards and everything. When they got him to the private hospital, you know what the hospital turned around and told him? They're giving him the wrong treatment in Springfield, Missouri. They're killing him.
I'm sure.
Wrong treatment. They turned around. Billy was what they called, he was in the hospital outside the prison. He was there for like 2.5 months. Then they brought him back. When they brought him back, he had no colostomy bag on him. He wasn't 100% looking like himself, but he started looking like himself. I said, what's going on? He goes, the doctors that they had in this hospital in Missouri and his own doctors that Billy got, his private doctors, they said, there is no way he came down with cancer like this. They said they filed a lawsuit against Springfield, Missouri that they gave him the cancer. They injected him with it because they wanted to get rid of him. They indicted everybody. They had subpoenas on the warden, the assistant warden, the second assistant warden, the captain.
What, you believe that? I believe they did the wrong. I believe they did the wrong treatment on him, but I don't think they injected him with cancer, man.
Listen to me. Let me explain. So listen to me. There's no way he was developing cancer in 4 days, 5 days. They did that. What do you think they did to John Gotti? All of a sudden, he got cancer that quick? Come on. You know me? Jerry Lang got cancer that quick and died? Scafiddi never happened.
He died in prison too, Jerry Lang, with cancer?
That's right. Jerry died in prison. Scafiddi died in prison. That's right.
A lot of them die in prison. What do you think it's from? Developing cancer from eating different foods, or
when you're in the prison, you're under their rules. They hate you. They can give you an injection to take your blood. They stick a needle in your arm. It could have the cancer bug on it or a cancer virus, whatever you want to call it. They'll go right in your system. And that thing will multiply like within days. It starts to multiply. Don't ever believe that bullshit that the government won't kill you. If they hate you enough, this is what they do. Because all of a sudden they even said, Billy had no signs of anything. Nothing at all, being sick with cancer. All of a sudden, like that, it came impossible. Impossible. Right, Dave?
I mean, it happens to a lot of people. It happens to a lot of people.
But let me tell you, he sued the Bureau of Prisons and the prison in Springfield, Missouri. They got subpoenas for everybody. Okay, from the warden to the AW warden, the second AW warden, the captain of the guards, lieutenants, everybody. And you want to know something? 2 of them gave him up and says. 2 of them gave two. One was a PA, and one was a nurse's assistant. They gave it up, saying that when they did his blood work, they gave him an infected needle they put in his arm. When that came out,
they're not going to stab him with
They put the
What do you
needle in
think they're
your
gonna
arm.
do?
They get
Infected blood with cancer in it? That's not how cancer works.
Staxx, you know nothing about it. If you believe that, Staxx, then you leave milk and cookies for Santa Claus. Let me tell you something.
I do
You
still
put
leave
everything
cookies
in
for
place.
Santa Claus. What are you talking about, man?
Listen to me. If you get cancer, the virus, and you have it in a hypodermic needle on the needle, and you stick somebody with it, they're gonna get cancer. They're gonna get cancer right away. They're gonna get cancer. It goes. It doesn't. It's already developed. It just starts to multiply because it's already living. It's not something that developed over time. People don't want to believe that, but that happened more than once. Let me tell you, he won the lawsuit. He won the lawsuit, Dave. And
Shout out to Liz Coppola. Merry Christmas, Liz.
Merry Christmas, Liz.
Hope you have a great holiday.
Businesses can do whatever they want. Let me tell you, they can do whatever they want. Let me tell you something. When I was in, what was it, Springfield? No, when I was in Lexington, Kentucky. Okay, I had a problem with high blood pressure. Okay, I would go get the medicine every day to take for the high blood pressure. And I kept telling them I don't feel good. I don't feel good. And one day I passed out. Jerry Solano was with me. Johnny Eberly, a couple of guys. They got me. They had to put me to a hospital outside. Okay. And my family found out. I called my lawyers. They came up. They checked. They were giving me the wrong medicine for high blood pressure. All right. They were, instead of giving me, they were supposed to give me Inderol, which is a beta blocker that you use for high blood pressure. They were giving me, it was called low pressure, 100 milligrams twice a day. That they said, I'm lucky I'm still alive. That it didn't stop my heart or didn't kill me. All right?
Thank
When
you,
they
Joey
don't want
Dimes.
you or they don't like you, the government can do anything they want. Don't ever kid yourself. Don't ever believe that. You have some old timers who did time. They'll tell you. Billy survived. Billy survived. Thank God for him. He survived, my friend. But let me tell you, he won the lawsuit and everything. Like I told you, the PA up there gave up the prison system, gave up the doctors, and the nurses assistant. I guess I forgot what they call it. It's not an RN. She was like an LPN or whatever they call it, licensed practical nurse or something.
You know they could leave. You know they'll leave you in a cell. They'll leave you in a cell and do whatever they want. They're like, oh, write a request. You got a slamming headache and you can't even function. Write a request for it to go to the doctor. It's crazy.
No. See, in the federal system, you just go on sick call. You tell them you're going on sick call, they give you a pass.
Yeah, when you're in state prison in Connecticut, you have to write a request. You have to wait a couple days. It's crazy, man. It doesn't matter what's wrong with you. If you could be like really messed up.
You could be having a heart attack. You got to write a request a couple of days later. You could be dead.
Pretty much, yeah.
In the federal system, you get them on at the sick call. When they open up the gates and everybody goes for breakfast, you also have sick call. You go right to sick call to the infirmary and you wait online and you go in. That's what it was. Or if they want to examine you, they'll call you in, they'll examine you. All right? They can do whatever they want. You got to understand something. When you're in the process of the prison system, they can do whatever they want to you. They can do anything they want. I know a lot of guys that wound up in there, and a lot of guys wound up sick, and a lot of guys wound up dying. Believe me when I tell you, a lot of guys wound up dying. Don't believe all that nonsense.
I think a lot of the stuff that's in the food that we eat is causing that. Thank you, man.
You got a guy that's in top shape. Nothing wrong with him. Had his extra, everything's fine. In 6 days, he develops cancer. It's impossible. That's impossible. Never happens that way. Well,
I mean, if they could have missed it, right?
No. When the prison system hates you, listen to me. When the federal government hates you, literally hates you, and you're in their system, in the prison, they can do whatever they want to you. And who's going to say that they did the wrong thing? Nobody. They say, unless you get a family, that if you die in there and your family does an autopsy, a separate one, they go by
your cousin Mac died, right? Your cousin Mac died in prison, right?
And it was proved that it was abuse, and they didn't give him his medicine and everything. That's how much they hated him. That's why he died. If they would have gave him his medicine, and they did an autopsy on him, okay? Because I picked up his body from the airport that night, me and my cousin John, because they were shipping his body in, and we picked up his body, and they did an autopsy on him. And his family had him examined again, and they said they did not give him his medicine. He was you can see, there was no trace of his medicines that he needed to take in the system at all. That's what he died from. They abused him, they killed him. My cousin Mac was hated in the prison system by the guards.
You think if you're on some like you think if you're on like some heart pills or something in prison and you really need them and you run out of them, they're gonna just jump on it to get you more? They're not gonna do. They don't care. You run out of your like pills that you like really need, and they'll just let you go without it.
Yeah.
Well, especially when you go into county jail, you see people laying on the ground all like with throw up on them and just in bad shape. People all over the place, laying all over the floor. It's insane.
Actually, I don't know about state. I know about federal because I was in federal. In the federal prison, they can do whatever they want. All right. When they send you to a medical facility, you're in their hands. That's like taking a little kid and throwing him in the cage with the lions. You gotta watch everything you do, everything you say, because if they have it in for you, they'll make sure one or two things happens to you. Either you're gonna die in there, or when you come out, you're gonna come out. But here, I'm gonna give you, for instance, here. You say they don't hate you, right? Andrew Russo's son, Jojo. Kid was in great health. Nothing wrong with the kid. Kid got a lot of years. Went in like a trooper. Did his time. Never said a word. All of a sudden, overnight, the kid comes down with cancer. Came down with cancer overnight. That, you know what they done? He had terminal cancer. You following me? They let him out a week before he died. How's that? And they said he must have weighed about 98 pounds when they let him out.
They probably didn't want to get caught up with no.
Listen to
what
me.
what the hell does Hootie? Hold up. What does Hootie? What does Hootie and Sonny keep popping up for, yo? Can Yankees for Life? Can you take care of that for me, bro? Because I don't see them. Can you just take care of that for me? I don't know what they're doing here. Are you trying to learn something, man? If you want to learn something, grab a notebook, grab a pen, and take notes, bro. Like, what are you doing here?
Listen to me. You look up Andrew's son, okay? Jojo. All right? The kid went in, did his time. He had God knows how many. I think he had life, or something like that, or 100 years. Never said a word. Did his time. He gets cancer. Listen to me. They gave him the cancer. All of a sudden, here's how it went with him. The story I got was he went and got a physical. Everything was excellent. Fine, no problem. Excellent. Blood work, excellent. It's everything perfect. 2-3 weeks later, he's got stage 4 cancer to his whole body. Come on. What are you freaking kidding me? It's impossible. 2-3 weeks later, stage 4 to his whole body. They knew he was terminal, but do you think they let him out? No. They waited till he only had a couple of days left to live, and then they let him out.
Yeah, they want to kick him out because they don't want to take responsibility, you know?
That's the point. He would have died in the medical facility. That's it. It just says he died in the medical facility from cancer. You're not getting the point. He had a major physical.
Listen, I'm getting the point, man. I get it.
So in 2 to 3 weeks, you got stage 4 cancer through your whole body, Staxx. Come on. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure this one out. Through your whole body, stage 4. Now they knew it. This kid suffered. You think they let him out right away? No. They waited till he had a week left, and they said, okay, we're letting him out. But they knew he was terminal, so they said to stage 4. But they kept him in there for spite. Like I said, when the government hates you or your family, this is what they do. And there ain't a damn thing you can do about it. You can get all the, unless you got top of the line lawyers that are willing to go all the way to the wall with it, you ain't got a prayer. You ain't
Did
got
you
a
see
chance.
the Did you see the Mafia States of America with Michael Francis and Sammy?
No, I heard about it. A couple people sent me things about Michael Francis and Sammy. They sent me the videos to watch. What about them?
Have you watched them? Any of them?
No, I only saw bits and pieces of them.
Well,
I
from
saw the
what you've
one where
seen, what do you think about from what you've seen?
listen, everybody there, everybody's so involved with Michael Francis. Oh, he's so good looking. Look at the way he dresses. They said, look at the way you dress with the fearless suit. So what? What the hell does that mean? That doesn't mean nothing. You see, Staxx, I'm carving my mouth because you told me if I curse, you get in trouble. Number one. Number two,
No, because you
Michael
take
did
it too far,
testify.
Anthony. It's because you
What?
take it too far. You take it too far, man.
Because I stand up for what I say.
Listen. You can curse, but like keep it at a minimum. You know what I mean? Like be, you know.
This thing with Michael.
You already
I
fucked that up today. So
screwed up what?
earlier, man. I'll talk to you about it later.
Listen to me.
Early Christmas present.
Michael turned it what?
Nothing. You gave me an early Christmas present.
Yeah, right. Listen to me. Michael did testify. There's a video I have of Michael, and he's testifying about the boxing with what's his name, the promoter, Don King, and all these guys. And he's actually telling them. They told me to bet on this one. This guy's going to win. That guy's going to win. He's got in there about all these fighters. So you're giving up everybody. You can't say you didn't give up everybody because you're giving them up.
That's what he's saying. No one went to prison because of me. That's what he says.
Well, I don't know if anybody went to prison or not. That I have no idea. I don't know. All right. But he did give up everybody. But he did give up other guys. But you got to remember, too. See, what he gave up was stuff that happened, and there's a statute of limitations. So even if you could, for argument's sake, here, let's say you know that I went out and I robbed a bank, and I got away with the bank. I got $1 million from the bank. I robbed the bank. And 8 years later, you say, well, you know, Anthony robbed the bank. He got $1 million. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, fine. But you know what? Statute of limitations is gone. 7 years. You can't touch me. The only thing there's no statute of limitations on is murder if you kill somebody. There's no statute of limitations.
Yeah, but there's different time frames on different things. So don't believe everything you hear. And it's from when they stop investigating it. So it's not, it doesn't work. Like it's not from when the crime happens. It's not from when the crime happens.
With the federal government,
there's a lot.
When the crime happens.
There's a lot of factors that come into play when it comes to that.
With the federal government, it's from when the crime happens. That's why.
Thank you, Big Bo.
Statute of limitations is over and done with. It's over 30 years and better. Federal government has statute of limitations, 7 years from the time that the crime was committed, or 7 years from the time they started the investigation, whichever comes first. So once 7 years goes up, it goes 8, 9 years. You can even admit that's like here. If you go to court, right, and you go on trial, let's say, I'm going to give you a good for instance, the federal government. You go to court for murder in the federal courts. You get acquitted. You didn't do it. Found you innocent. You know you can turn around and say, yeah, I did kill them. They can't touch you no more.
Yeah, double jeopardy. They can't. They can't. It's double jeopardy. They can't arrest you for the same thing twice.
Right. Once it runs out statute of limitations, they can't touch you for whatever you've done.
Yeah, but so okay, they say they charge you with first degree murder, right?
Right.
You get found not guilty. Can't they charge you with second degree murder now?
That I don't know. That I don't know. Because that still might have like a double jeopardy factor. You know, because usually when they charge you with murder, they'll put a couple things. First degree murder, manslaughter, they'll put a couple of them in there. Figuring if you can't get convicted on one, we'll get you on the other. So usually when you get acquitted, that the jury finds you innocent, that's it. You're done. Like One thing I will say the truth that Sammy said, Sammy the Bull said, was that if it wasn't for Sonny, Michael wouldn't have gotten everything he's got. All right, and I say that right now. And Vlad TV asked me if I would do a interview with Michael, and I said yeah, because there are some things that Michael said that he lied, because I was there. Now, there's another video I got of Michael where he said he was involved in the Italian American Day rally the day that Joe Colombo got shot.
Yeah.
Now, he said, now let me finish. He said he was in college, all right, and he left college to try to help get his father out of prison, which is admirable. You got to commend him for that. That is his father. Now, I believe that he said he was maybe 18 or 19, something like that, when he got out. Okay? Now, follow me. Okay, and he's trying to help his father. Now, in another video that I seen last week, Michael turns around and says he was indicted 4 times by the time he was 21. How did he get indicted 4 times? What was he doing that he got indicted 4 times by the time he was 21? If he only started helping his father, or he got involved with the Italian American rally when he was like 18 or 19, because he just left college, or he might have even been 20. I gotta look at that other video. But he said he was indicted 4 times. All right, 3 times he beat it. I think he said they didn't have enough evidence or whatever. But he's about 4 times by the time you're 21, and you just started getting involved, let's say at 19. So in 2 years, you got indicted 4 times, which means you got to be the dumbest son of a bitch going that you did crazy stuff like this to get indicted 4 times. Not for nothing. That's my opinion. I mean, I never heard of that. I never heard of that in my life. You're just getting involved in stuff, and then in 2 years or so, you get indicted 4 times. Come on. I mean,
I think it's raining out
at
where I'm at.
videos, what?
I said I think it's raining out where I'm at. He was asking me how it is where I'm at.
Because if you look at his videos, there's a lot of things that he says that he changed in his videos.
Inconsistencies.
Huh?
A lot of inconsistencies.
Oh, yeah, because he'll say something in one video, then later on you'll hear it again in the video, but it's different, a lot different. Not that you change one to you're talking about totally different altogether. Like one way he's talking about 1 minute, he's talking about Greg Scarpa. Oh, me and Greg Scarpa, yeah, we used to go together. We used to go down to 30th Avenue on Cow Street. I hung out with Greg, the blah, and all this sort of thing. Now, in the next video, he'll say, oh, well, I knew Greg, we were both captains. I really didn't like the guy. Don't make up your mind. You were hanging out with him coming to 30th Avenue Cow Street, or you didn't like him. Which one is it? You got 2 separate videos here. Come on. Make up your mind. Michael's got very good people behind him to do his producing and directing and push his books and everything else like that. And he makes a nice appearance.
Who do you think is a better man, though? Who do you think is a better man, Sammy or Michael?
Neither one of them, if you want my opinion. Who's got more balls? Sammy. That I will say. I will say Sammy. Even though Sammy's a rat, and he ratted on everybody, he says he's doing what he done. He says he don't care. He says, come on, you want me? He says, come for me. That's the way Sammy is. But Michael, everybody portrays Michael with the name Francis. When you hear that name, the first one that pops into your head, it's not Michael, it's Sonny, his father. And Sonny adopted Michael. Michael's not his real father.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that.
So, Sonny's not Michael's real father. But Sonny adopted him. But like he says, oh, that's the only father I know, which is admirable. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
Were you around? Were you around when they were robbing the social clubs, the Uvas?
Who?
The couple was robbing the social clubs and they got killed around Christmas time.
Or back in the 70s or the 80s?
The 80s. the couple, the woman and the guy, they were married. They were robbing at the social clubs in New York, and they got caught and they got killed at a light.
I went away in
But-
'83, and I didn't come out until '87. So I
They
might
got
have been
killed
away.
by two people killed them. Tuccio and this guy I was reading about today.
No, where were they robbing? In Brooklyn?
All over New York, man. It was called a movie called Rob the Mob.
What year was this?
I'll find out.
I went away in '83, and I didn't get out to '87. So there's Staxx.
Yeah, I'm here. They called them the Bonnie and Clyde. They called them Bonnie and Clyde. They were robbing all the social clubs, man. I'm sure you must have heard of it, right?
No, the only thing I knew about the social clubs was the kids that were in my neighborhood here. There was Mario Defina. There was what's his name?
Bro, you're not invisible, bro. I can't just drop the chat for people when I got somebody on like this. It doesn't work like that, bro.
Well, who wants to talk?
This dude's smoking Tommy.
Well, let him talk.
You want him to come on?
What does he want to say?
I don't know. We're gonna find out, right?
Let's find out.
All right, smoking Tommy, you got your chance, bro. Tony Pizza is not nothing. Tony Pizza's not Tony Pizza was not a made man. Tony Pizza was never anything. He wasn't even a pizza man. Fucking dude, guy wasn't even a pizza man.
Maybe he like eating pizza. That's why they call him Tony Pizza. Shout out to my friend Louis.
It's all good. There could be a fake Tommy. It doesn't matter because it's not gonna matter.
Hey, Staxx, say hello to my friend Louis the Lion. I want to say hello to him if he's on.
Oh yeah, I saw him on Facebook, man. Shout out to Louis the Lion, man.
How's Gunner doing? Tell Gunner, shout out to Gunner.
There's a lot of people out there, man. Shout out to Jimmy. Shout out to everybody out there, man. So what are you doing for Christmas, man? What's your Christmas plans?
Me? No, not too much. Just gonna relax.
You getting a holiday spirit and all that shit?
To me, it's the same. It doesn't make a difference to me. I really don't care about the holidays that much. You know, I had too many people in my family die around the holidays, so I really don't go crazy with it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, let's ask, who are the people that are on here that are talking bad about us now? I'd love to hear who these idiots are.
They're talking about Tony Pizza. I don't know.
The ones that are talking about us, me and you. Who cares about Tony Pizza?
They ain't talking about us, man. They're talking amongst each other, and they're not talking bad.
Tony Pizza. Let them put him back in the oven and melt the rest of his cheese. Oh,
right.
What happened with was it Sunny Money?
Yeah, someone beat him up.
Yeah, Sunny ain't Sunny no more. Sunny's blackout money.
Yeah, Sunny Shiner Sunny.
Shiner Sunny, we're gonna call it, with the two shiners. Sonny, I'm gonna just say something. Two things, Sunny Money. You are very stupid because you live in Long Island. I got a lot of cousins in Long Island.
Yeah, don't do that, man. Don't do that either.
No, I got a lot of cousins in Long Island. That's all I'm saying. I don't know who hit him or anything, but he deserves what he gets because the guy doesn't know me, doesn't know you, and he wants to talk nonsense.
That's not the type. Listen, but I don't condone that type of shit because that's not the type of life I lead anymore, man. I lead I lead by example now, man. I'm trying to help people, and that's
None of us
not the
condone
type of.
that life, Staxx. None of us condone that life, but you got to say there's people out there that get
Even
tired
if
of
I don't
being
like them, you
here.
know what I'm saying? Even if I don't like them, I don't. Even if I don't like them, I don't condone people going after them. I don't condone people
I'm
going to
not saying
jail. I don't
condone
condone
people.
any.
You're not getting
No,
what
I'm
I'm
just
saying.
saying. I'm just giving my opinion, man.
Yeah, but I'm not condoning it. All I'm saying is this: the guy opens up his mouth, doesn't know me, doesn't know you, doesn't know. People get tired of hearing people like him. So evidently, this kid might have been somewhere, opened up his mouth about something. It could have been about the weather, for that matter, and somebody gave him two shiners.
Coulda, man.
But
Who the
I mean,
fuck
it could have been
knows?
anything. The kid could have been driving in his car, and he could have flipped somebody off and gave him the bird. They got out and beat the hell out of him.
Yeah, I think
You
they
know,
just.
they do.
I think someone recognized them probably in a bar in a store or something. They slapped them or something. I don't know. That's what it looks like to me. I've
Well,
been
he
beat
got two
up way
shiners
worse
there.
than that before, you know.
Because all these guys, they want to talk junk and they want to talk garbage. It's ridiculous. They all, you know what it is? They're going to try to make their 5 minutes of fame. They want to try to make off your name. Like I said, these people, they ain't worth the sweat off my brow. Let's put it that way. I would have said someplace else, but I don't want to get in trouble with what I would say. Right?
A little late for
But,
that, Anthony.
no, well,
It's all good, man.
You're getting mad at me because of what I said about that
Nah,
guy.
yo, I'm not mad at
I
you,
got
bro.
this from people in California. LA, I got people from LA, they told me. And they're willing to back it up. All right? The guy's short eyes. There's no two ways about it. And they'll
Hey,
back
man.
it up. Right, let me ask you a question. I'm speaking the truth. How about that he tried to make his girlfriend on a ventilator sign everything over to him? Huh? The girl they thought she was going to die. And then he robbed her ATM card or a bank card and cleaned out her account. Come on. That's a proven
Bad,
fact.
man.
What?
People are terrible, man. They don't have good morals. They're not good people, you know?
And that's the guy Cole that's coming after me. Let him come. You know what it is? I look Staxx. I look this way. All these people, they hide behind their phones and everything. None of them have the guts to come to me to my face. Why? I'm here by myself. I ain't bothering nobody. I don't run from nobody. I don't hide from nobody. I don't hide from nobody.
He ain't joking either. He ain't joking either, because someone called him and they were running their mouth, and he went to the place. He's sitting there in the car. I'm like, man, what are you doing, bro?
I went up to L&B Pizzeria. I told them all, and there was about what 3 or 4 guys, and the Culture Connection was one of them. I said, meet me up. You're so tough. Meet me up there. I sat there for an hour. I told them I'll be there at 1:00. I didn't leave there until 2. Now one of them showed up. All tough guys. All tough guys. Like I said, they crossed and I got it in for them, and you know why? They took pictures of my bedroom window, my kitchen window, and where I live. And they
I mean,
posted that up.
it's one thing not to agree with someone, but it's another thing to like take it that far to the extent that all these dudes are taking it. And that's just not the type of stuff I'm into, man. You know, these dudes are just weirdos.
And that was the
Just
culture.
weirdo shit.
That was him. Just like he said, he got a recording of me that I'm on the phone and he's saying, "Oh yeah, look," he said he's going to call the cops. Like I told you, he was talking to my cousin Sal. We were in my car, and my phone rings over my car. I got the car phone. After we was talking to me, while I'm laughing in the background, and this idiot doesn't know. But yet, did Nicosa come to me, to my face, like a man? No. He hides behind his camera, his phone. All right? He's not a man. He's not a man. You take pictures of my bedroom window and my kitchen window, you're trying to tell, and then you're trying to shake me down, saying how much money did I make on the book? You got to give us money. Why don't you come to my face and tell me this? But you want to flap your mouth, Nicosa, and talk. You and all the other guys, you want to talk, but none of you. I challenged every one of you. Come to me in my face. I said, or meet me in L&B Pizzeria. If I say L&B, it's in the open. You'll feel comfortable there. And I'll come by myself. I don't need nobody with me. But you want to know something? None of you got the guts to come to me. Not one of you.
Hey, sis, what are you talking about, you YouTubers? I'm not in that little crowd of people fighting. I have no interest in going at anyone. Not at all.
I don't bother with these people.
They're all better than me. They're all great, and we'll just keep it at that. Okay.
I don't talk about them. I don't go on their shows. They talk about me, but yet none of them got the guts to come to my face. Not one of them.
Because they won't, man. They won't.
Why? They're so tough. How come they're so tough and they'll come? Tell me. You know, they could always be tough over the thing. And you remember that day I went up to that place on that Sunday. I was staying outside that place.
Yeah. I remember.
Nobody showed up. They're all a bunch of cowards. And so is Cole. Like I said, 6 times now I told him, come to New York. What you're talking about me, say it to my face.
Yeah, you're wasting time. You're wasting your time even repeating yourself. You're wasting your time even talking about it. I keep telling you this.
That's one thing. That's one thing I want to say. That's one thing I want to say. The word expungement means everything was wiped out. I got all the proof on everything I done. You guys cannot get all the proof. It's impossible. Totally impossible because most of my stuff was expunged. That means it is wiped out. There was nothing there. The courts took it out. Because when I went into the service, I was still in the custody of the federal court system. So you guys can say everything you want. Try to get your little 5 minutes of fame or for me.
What's up, bro?
But you know what? You're not even worth the garbage underneath my sneakers. Let me put it that way. You're not even worth the garbage underneath my shoes. So unless you got the balloon to come to me to my face, you're a punk and you're cowards and you all got short eyes. Here's my answer.
Hey, fuck it, man. Thanks for joining me tonight, though, man. I'm definitely gonna have you on again. Yeah, no, you're good, bro. So, thanks for joining me, bro. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
And if I don't see,
I'll have something for you next week.
Yeah, before Christmas, man. I want to give a shout out to J Dubs from Double Dare Entertainment, man. I got a lot of stuff I'm gonna be bringing you guys.
Oh yeah, and, I want to shout out to my friend Marcus in LA. Marcus, whenever you're ready, I'll come back down to LA. We'll do some more shows. So Marcus, I'll give you a call during the week. And these are the people that got all the proof on everything of me in the military and everything, and they're putting their show down.
Listen, man.
You know the guy about Staxx, you spoke with him.
Yeah, I spoke to him. When's that supposed to be out?
I don't know. I got to call Marcus this weekend.
All right.
I call him this weekend, Marcus.
All right, man.
Well,
definitely, man. So have a great night, man. So make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. And if you hate, keep hating. Peace.
I just got to say one thing. Don't go off yet. To all the people that are listening, if you like me being nice and calm, let Staxx know. But if you like me being nuts like I usually am, let him know, and then we'll take it from there. Which way we're going to do the show?
Yeah, we can do that. Or me and you could just fight it out right on here, or whatever. We can do anything. I'll put a poll up. How about that? I'll put a poll for the people, and they can decide. All right?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, man.
Hey, you can't get Larry Mazur on the show?
I don't know. I could reach out to him. I'll see what's up.
What about that Frank D'Amato? You can't get him on the show?
It's just the schedule. Everything's it's out of way. I'm working on some stuff. Man.
What about Michael? What about Michael Francis? You can get him on.
I'm working on it, man. I'm working on some stuff.
Hey, this way I'll be on the show with them.
Hey, I'm working on something, man. It'll be pretty good.
All right.
So you guys make sure you hit the like, subscribe, notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. And I'll see you guys next time, man.